back, huh?
How do we choose?
Man, this is the toughest bottle of gin that I've ever had to open. I don't understand. Normally, this little foil wrapper comes right off, but oh, god damn it! Somebody's doing their job too good over there in India or Bombay or London, one of those fucking places. Because this is retarded. Oh, I'm really supposed to say that. Oh. I don't understand. Oh. I think this is defective. I know that some of you out there think that I'm defective, but oh. It just goes to show how desperate I am. I am so desperate for a gin and tonic. I haven't had one in about 10-20 minutes, and the desperation is settling in like I may not never have a gin and tonic ever again. And oh, damn it.
It's a scary thought.
Oh man, this is the wrong tool. It's the wrong tool. Totally the wrong tool. Hi there. This is Cookin Kitty here, and welcome to Shifterland. This is episode number 62, and what we're going to do today is we are going to do I'm going to show you how to do a tarot card reading. I am going to do a tarot card reading of, I don't want to say my best friend, but a very, very close friend of mine that I really know a lot about. So I gotta, I'm kind of a beginner, so please have patience with me. I'm a little bit of a beginner, but I think I have a lot of experience with the person that I'm doing my card reading for. And I'm going to read today tarot cards for my friend, the Gin and Tonic. That is who I'm going to read the tarot cards for the Gin and Tonic. So anyway, I've had a lot of experience with the Gin and Tonic. When I've done a little, when I was doing a little bit of learning how to do tarot card reading, I came across some things that they referred to tarot cards as, one of the main descriptors that I've read about it was something referred to as that tarot card reading was a esoteric thing, esoteric, and it's like, people have used that word in the past, and I had no fucking clue what it means. Like, esoteric, what the fuck does that mean? So anyway, I'm gonna do my research, and it's like tarot card reading is it has to do with esoteric, and so it's like esoteric. I do a little research, and it has to do with like private information, secret information. Like one thing I read about the tarot is that it was developed as a way to communicate about things that the powers that be, the man, the government back in like I don't know, sometime after Christ, I don't know, sometime. Although there's been I read a lot of different things about when these things came into being.
Esoteric.
Oh yeah, it's esoteric. That it's weird because it's like they were using the cards to pass around information that was secret, and so there's been this concept of secrecy that has come along with the cards all this time, and I don't know. I find that the more I read about it, it almost seemed like it was some kind of like secret sect, almost like as a form of elitism. Like esoteric is like is a way to like set yourself apart from the common man by the secrecy. Like you have to have like a certain amount of education to understand what the hell is going on in esoteric concepts or fields. So I don't know, that part kind of bothered me because it sort of told me that maybe tarot cards, even though they're everywhere, that maybe they're not for the common man because they were born of a necessity to hide stuff. Well, I mean, I guess if you're a common man, if you're having to hide stuff from the man back there in the 12th century or the 9th century, I don't know what fucking century it was, but anyway. All I know is that the tarot cards have a lot to do with whatever the hell esoteric means. And me being a kitty cat, I don't know. It seems kind of elitist. I don't know. It's really strange. It seemed like it was straddling 1 foot was a common man, and 1 foot was hidden knowledge of like an elite sector. And this is just information that, you know, just came to me while I was going through my training, my 12-week online course that had to do with tarot reading. I got a degree. I forgot to bring it, but I got a little thing, a little crappy printout that says that I got my 12-week degree in tarot card reading. And it has numbers, and then it has like face cards. So it's just like a regular deck of cards, which I find very suspicious. As far as I can tell, is that somebody invented a deck of cards a long, long time ago that had 4 suits and 4 face cards. You know, the Jack, Queen, King, King, Queen, King. And as far as I can tell, some religious bastards took a deck of cards and imprinted their own arcane, mythological, mystical, spiritual conceptions, I guess, or theories on just a deck of cards. But you know, I could have it reversed. Maybe the deck of cards came from these system of finding out who you are, finding out your spirituality, finding out who you are. Yeah, I guess it's called divination. D-I-V-I-N-A-T-I-O-N, divination. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to divine to this gin and tonic what the future has in for it, what the future may hold for this gin and tonic. And sadly, yeah, anyway, we'll get to that very shortly if I can stop talking. One of my aids that I like to use, this is what I like to use for putting my cards on. It has to do with, well, it's computer shit. And I find it to be very linear, very logical, very truthful. This thing does not lie. I feel like it imbibes a certain amount of truth in the cards. Because when I put the cards on here, the cards do not lie to me. I look at the cards and they tell me what the cards are saying. And because there's no, I mean, this thing is impervious. It's impervious to gray areas. It's just right or wrong, on or off. You know, the bits, whatever the bits, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, all that kind of crap. But anyway, I like to have these with me whenever I do a reading because I feel like it imparts this truth. It's not good. There's no fucking around. And then there's this guy. This little creature, this little guy. I have him around because he's the opposite of this. I don't want to say illogical, but this guy is all about the spiritual and the emotional. And I find having these two things with me while I'm doing readings are they just provide a more support group for giving a more accurate reading. I think it instills with me a chance to get out of the cards what they're trying to say to me without trying to make up too much bullshit. But this guy is very important to me. Well, at one point I was asked to make a sacrifice to the gods, and so I went out, I followed this little critter through the land and through the seas. It could breathe and it could walk on the land. I mean, it could breathe underwater and it could walk on the land too, and I followed it for several nights and for several days through the desert and through the ocean. It's like a multi-purpose. It's an awesome little critter. Anyway, I eventually caught up to it and killed it with my own 2 hands. Just like a wild tiger or something. And I gave it up as an offering to the gods. So I killed this animal as a sacrifice to the gods. And then I prayed and I prayed and I prayed, and the gods never ever answered my prayers. So I went. I spent a small part of my youth going into the underworld, you know, where the gods are, or heaven or hell, or all that crap. And I searched, and I found this little critter, and I brought him back up, because the gods, screw the gods, they don't answer my prayers. Anyway, so I got this little critter. So this guy imbibes I don't know, there's a certain amount of knowledge that this little critter has that I think is very, very helpful in me giving important, or giving readings, giving readings that have a meaning to the people who are seeking out emotional questions, physical questions, marital questions, sexual questions, questions of property, family, friends, and more importantly, questions of vices and drugs, because we're doing a reading for a gin and tonic today. Oh. All right, hi there. This is Cookin Kitty, and I'm getting ready to do a tarot reading for my friend, the gin and tonic. Hey there, Mom. This one's for you, as always. My #1 fan. Bottoms up. Oh, man, that feels good. Woo! Sometimes people ask me what my sign is, and I gotta... The one thing that I got for astrology, I don't know, some people might think I'm negative, and I don't want to... Don't ask me what my sign is, please. Now, to get back to some more of this mystical stuff that we're talking about today, some of the tarot cards have all sorts of imagery. There's massive amounts. They're actually pretty cool. I love, oh, that's another thing. That it's related to the tarot card. It has to all do with, it's all related to Kabbalah, and the numerology, astrology, and then even they're making all these references to, what do you call, the chakras. They said all the chakras had the, those chakras down there, you know what I'm talking about, those areas. Mm. So, but yeah, they related the astrology to the chakras, to even color, the I Ching, which I know a little bit about, and then the runes, runes, R-U-N-E-S. I think that's like weird shaped dice with bones or something. You know what that is? Runes?
Runes, they're ancient symbols.
Oh. Anyway, so those things, all these things are used as a way to sort of figure out where you are in your life, where you relate to the rest of everything out there beyond you, and it has to do with relating how you relate to yourself on your insides. Anyway, I say, maybe I got a bad attitude, but this is what I say. I think that you should just, all this stuff has to do with your existence, your spiritual existence, your physical existence, your soul, all that crap. And that stuff is way beyond any organized system to figure out all this shit. You just got to figure out all this shit on your own. And you will find that if you get a tarot card reading, that all they're doing is that they're giving you hints that you got to figure out this shit on your own. That's all they're saying. That is all they're saying. It's all couched and shrouded, and each little area has all this different information that wants to point you that you should do this or do this. But it's all super common sense if you're a somewhat rational human being. And I don't think you need a system to do with all this stuff. But if you do need it, that's fine, whatever. But I'm just saying, I don't think that Cookin Kitty doesn't advocate. The one thing I do advocate is drinking gin and tonics. I think that's if you're trying to figure out things in life, your best solution is to drink a gin and tonic, and the doors of perception will open, and all the information that you're seeking will come into you, and you'll be able to respond to that information and act accordingly. You don't need to pay anyone. You got to pay. You got to get the gin, you got to get the tonic, but you got to buy your liquor. But you don't have to pay. You don't got to get some guru. You don't need. You be your own guru. That's what I'm saying. you're in charge, you're in fucking charge. You don't have to. I mean, I guess if you do, I mean, some people, anyway. But the one thing that I wanted to share with you is some of the symbolism associated with the image of me, the image of a cat. So I want to share with you, cats are intuitive, instinctive, aloof, detached, so far 4 out of 4. Psychic, slightly questionable and psychic. I almost want to say a little bit off. I don't pretend to be psychic, although I am doing a vaguely psychic reading here. Oh, intuitive, instinctive, aloof, detached, psychic, and sexy. Woo! Sometimes they are uncaring. Yes. Sneaky. Yes. Relaxed. Yes. But I do have a lot of paranoia, and that's why I like to drink so much, because I have a high level of anxiety.
You look pretty relaxed right now.
Uncooperative. I don't know. I would not say. I don't know about that one. And playful. So yeah. So far, pretty strong, pretty accurate description of Cookin Kitty. Intuitive, instinctive, aloof, detached, psychic, sexy, uncaring, yes. Sneaky, yes. Relaxed, usually. Uncooperative, playful, represents the more negative aspects of the planet Venus. You know, astrology, working that sneaky, wormy ass way in to what I'm trying to do. Do I want astrology in my life? No. I am a Libra, but I can't deny that fact. It's not my fault I was born on October 18th, 1965. Yes, I'm 42 years old, in case any of you guys are curious. I'm going to present the cards to the querent. The querent is the querent is a person. Usually it's a person, but today we are reading the tarot cards for I don't want to say a non-entity, because this gin and tonic has a lot of personality and a lot of character. But it's not, I don't want to say it's alive, but normally you read tarot cards for a person. But anyway, we are here today to do a reading for a gin and tonic, tarot card reading for a gin and tonic. And so I'm going to introduce, well, first I'm going to introduce myself to the gin and tonic. Hello. Ooh, man. I'm going to introduce the gin and tonic to the cards so that they can create a psychic, subconscious, unconscious, all that stuff that's underneath the surface level, so they can create a bond together, so that when I am called what we are doing is a divination, and I am called a diviner. Diviner? The diviner. I am the diviner. D-I-V-I-N-E-R. I'm the diviner because I am going to divine information for the gin and tonic so it can figure out what the hell is going to happen in the future with its life. So anyway, we are meeting, or not meeting, we are getting the cards and gin and tonic together so that they can figure out some kind of unconscious, and even unconscious, it goes beyond unconscious, it's subconscious. They are creating a subconscious bond so that proper reading of for the tarot cards of the gin and tonic will be accurate. I'm mostly concerned about an accurate reading. I don't know, even though there seems to be, in all my research for my 12-week online degree on tarot card reading, there seems to be a really strong, there's a huge gray area. I did my research, and there's I found contradictory after contradictory after contradictory statement on what means what means what. And so anyway, I'm just getting these two guys together. And you know another thing that gin and tonics have in common with? It has to do, well, it's like a religious sect, another kind. You want that's a little bit more dominant and conformist. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Ooh.
I'll get to that a little later, if I remember. So we've done our shuffling earlier. You might have seen it earlier. We've done our shuffling. So what you want to do is you're querent. I am the diviner. D-I-V-I-N-E-R. The diviner who's going to read into the cards with the use of some special tools. It does not lie. It's a tool that does not fucking lie. You take your deck and you split it into 3 different stacks. I've shuffled the deck and I put it in 3 different stacks, and it is up to the querent. The querent has no arms, no legs. One of the first things when you first doing a reading for somebody, or in this case a gin and tonic, you want to 2 things you do in front. You want to ask them a question, so they have a question that they want to know about, like, am I going to get rich?
Asking a question.
Oh yeah. There's 2 important things. You got to ask a question and find out what it is. Like, if you're going to be the next president of the United States, like, am I going to make a lot of money? Am I going to find true love? Will I find fulfillment in life? Will I become a movie star? All these different questions. And I don't know, most people probably out there are just wondering if you're going to be able to ever live in a condo, because I've seen so many advertisements about condos, pictures of life, like there's a construction site and there's all these men in orange hats working in the deep pit, and they have these cranes coming up, and there's condo crazy in this city, probably every other city, but I don't travel a lot because I don't got the money for it. But they're condo crazy. On the side of the condo developments, they have all these pictures. And it just freaks, I'm going to show you some of these things later on in life, or in a future episode of Shifterland, but there's all these advertisements for the condos on the side of the construction, and they have these photographs. And they are intimating, this is the fucked up part, they are intimating that if you buy and move into this condo in this downtown section, Belltown, they're even destroying bowling alleys in Ballard. Who wants to, it's like, do the developers need to fucking tear down a bowling alley just for one more condo? They got no fucking, if I wasn't, thanks Mom and Dad for raising me Catholic, because if I wasn't Catholic and didn't have a sense of morals and ethics, I would get a gun and shoot developers. That's what I would do. But I have morals and I have ethics, and I would never ever do that. And I don't condone anyone else doing that, by the way, either, because I'm a born and bred Catholic. There's all these advertisements with pictures of people, like, they're at the pinnacle of their life. They are the happiest they're ever gonna fucking be. And it's these pictures of pure peace, of pure vanity. It's like the act of moving into this condo you got a husband and wife moving in there, it's gonna take care of all your problems. It's like, say you got some problems at your job, you move in the condo, problem solved. You got a problem, you got this problem in your past life. All I'm trying to get at is that they have all these photographs. It's almost like a sci-fi or something, some weird fantasy. They have these pictures of, it's perfection. It's like I guess it's a sales tool. It's totally a sales tool, and I know what it is. It's like, I'm not a dumbass kitty. I might drink a lot, but I'm not totally stupid, and it's like, I know that it's an advertisement, so I know that, yeah, but it's like, they have these weird-ass, fucked up pictures of people living the perfect life just because they live in a condo. Whew.
It's not just a living space, it's a lifestyle.
Well, yeah, that's it. They're selling a lifestyle. They're selling a lifestyle, and it's a sales job. It's a total sales job. I think maybe if some of those developers who got their tarot card reading, they'd find out what they're in for, at some point in life, and maybe they would hold off a little bit and not demolish one of the few bowling alleys left in Seattle. I think there's only 2 left now in the city limits, and there used to be multiple bowling alleys in Seattle. They're tearing down bowling alley in Ballard for condos. We got to ask a question to the person who has a question that they want to get solved. I.e., today we have a gin and tonic who wants to ask me a question. And but before I ask the question, what is it that you wish to know? My beautiful little gin and tonic. What is it that you wish to know? What is it that you wish to tell me? What questions What mysteries shall I unfold for you? What is it that you're hoping or wanting to happen in the future? What kind of fears and anxieties can I remove from your existence? The question I've been asked by the gin and tonic is, will I ever find true love? That is the question that the gin and tonic has asked me. And that is the question that I shall fight and strive to answer. It sounds so elitist, but the querent is the person with the question. Querent, question, querent, question, query, question. Query.
Query. Yeah.
Query, 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 query. So that's another thing. Another thing I've struggled with. I'm doing a reading for a gin and tonic. It's like your reading is, well, sex specific. I mean, does anyone out there, if you have a different opinion, feel free to write in, call me, whatever you want to do. Do you know what sex a gin and tonic is? I mean, is it a female? Is it a male? I mean, it's like, that's a very important thing, because these cards, like, you know, well, true to everything revolves around sex, so this whole deck is actually sex orientated, but they use all these other terms to buffer it, and they pretend not to be talking about sex, but actually that's what it's all about. Actually, I just made that up, that's not true. But anyway, I've come to the conclusion, just for the sake of this reading, that the gin and tonic is a female of a straight persuasion, because while me being a male who's straight, who's the diviner who is doing the tarot card reading, I just figured that would be a standard, I don't know, maybe I'm revealing more about myself than I need to, but for the purposes of this reading, I am going to assume that who I'm reading for is a straight female. This gin and tonic is a female, and I like to think that if I'm drinking something that it's a... So the one last thing before we do the reading is there's a thing called a signifier card. It ascertains who and what personage, because all these things revolve around people, what person in the card, in the deck of cards that this gin and tonic, who it is, like that describes who that person is. And so the person has to decide if the question that they have asked, and they have asked if they're ever going to fall in true love, and they have to ask if it is it depends, from the start you have to decide if your question you ask is a spiritual matter, love, that's spiritual, an emotional matter, that's spiritual, a matter of power or position, well, that could do with love too, and monetary matters. Well, I'm supposed to pick one of those for what this signifier card that denotates, gives us a little more background information about who this person is, who is gin and tonic. So I don't know which one to pick. I'm going to pick a spiritual or emotional matter, I guess. Power, God, I'm going to go with spiritual. Maybe that's who I am. But I'm going to go with the spiritual matter. So we're supposed to pick one. We're supposed to pick a face card out of the...
Is this the major arcana?
No, the rods, which is another term for a staff, are the minor arcana, and they relate more to like the normal deck of cards. Does gin and tonic seem like a young person? I would think no. I think that I'll get to it a little later, but there it is, King of Wands. That's who we're going to say that. Man, the signifier, this gin and tonic is most related to something called the King of Wands, because I think that it's a spiritual matter, and the King of Wands, I think there's the King and the Queen, although maybe it's the Queen of Wands because it's a female. Oh, damn it. Now I gotta find the Queen of Wands. Oh, here we are. This is who we are. This is the signifier. Querent is, for all intents and purposes for this reading, the Queen of Wands. This gin and tonic is the Queen of Wands. That's who it is. So, anyway, we are now prepared to continue. We've had all this time for the gin and tonic to get related to the unconscious, the subconscious, the netherworld, the underworld, all that, like all that stuff below the surface. Anyway, they've been together for quite a while. We're ready. We're gonna lay out the first card. The first card, what do we got here? Oh, the first card is the, what is that? It's the two of cups, the two of chalices. I have no idea what that means. We've got two people. Well, see, it's reversed because like it's upside down. Like there, some cards are like when you pull them out of the deck, it depends on if they're upright. All right, so we got our first card here, and this card, what we were doing was what is referred to as the what I'm doing is a Celtic reading, and you'll see the pattern. This is the first card in the Celtic reading, and it has to do. It refers to the current atmosphere that the querent, i.e., the gin and tonic, is in the surroundings of it. And well, what I would like to say is that well, the current surroundings of the gin and tonic are well, it's in a martini glass. What do we got here? We got the two of cups, and the two of cups to become one in love or friendship. So basically, what we have here is we have two people. Well, one of them is a gin and tonic, and obviously one is me, and we may or may not be in love, but there's this third person. See, that's the problem. There's this third critter. I don't know why there's a little line. I don't know, here. Anyway, so we got two people who are like cheersing. Maybe they're drinking gin and tonics, but they're probably drinking some sort of ancient hallucinogenic drink or something. Who fucking knows? But anyway, so we got two people, and they're getting together, and they may. What I'm saying is that they may or may not be in love. I mean, I don't know. This is right now it's ambiguous. We need to find out some more about this, because it may be that this is a sign that the gin and tonic will find true love. It's a total sign. We got two people here, and all we need to do is have this third creature who may be benevolent or may be evil and want to spread these two people apart. Like I'm saying, all right, let's go with the card number 2. The second card has to do with, it's in an upright position, so like this one was red. Well, actually, I forgot about that part. The second position of the Celtic, you put it sideways, position number 2, the 7 of Pentacles. And this refers to, this position of this card refers to, what does it refer to? It refers to obstacles, things that are getting in the way, what someone may have to overcome to get to the promised land. Like whatever you desire, whatever you look. I mean, well, the gin and tonic has asked, the querent has asked me if it will find true love. And so this card represents, and what this card, I've gotten the 7 of Pentacles. And what this means is that this card refers to somebody who has spent, so first of all, we have, it's above the 2 of Cups, which refers to a potential mutual agreement, like a business partners, friendship, or lovers. It's a little ambiguous, so we're going to find out. But with this card on top of it, what we got is the 7 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Pentacles refers to the fact that somebody has done a lot of work, i.e. you, gin and tonic. Oh, man. So the second card, the second position, the 7 of Pentacles, tells me to tell this gin and tonic that it has done a lot of work, it's done a lot of labor. True love and sex, I don't know. We're going to have the tarot cards sort of like balance those things out, like a goddamn fucking Libra, balancing shit out. So anyway, so the 7 of Pentacles is about somebody who's done a lot of work. They've put in their fucking work. They've done all the hard things to do to like to succeed, to be victorious, to do what they want to get, but they haven't found out yet. They're in a transitional period. Like the whole tarot is a fucking transitional period. It's like you got to make up your own fucking mind what you're gonna do. That's what you have to do. But anyway, back to the cards. That's how I feel about it. So anyway, this gin and tonic It's waiting to see if the hard work that it has done in the past is going to bear fruit and the fruit would be, I guess, that it's going to fall in true love. It's a question. So let's check out card number 3. Now, okay. So yeah, card number 3 that we're going to lay out right now. Let's find out right now. Oh, it is the Queen of Pentacles.
Ooh.
The Queen of Pentacles signifies, it's another ambiguous thing. See, this is the whole thing. It can be read in a positive or negative way. We're going to need more information because it could go either way. There's no way. The gin and tonic may find love, true love, and not just sex, not a one-night stand, but I mean love that is going to last forever.
That's true love.
That's true love. That's totally right. But see, the Queen of Pentacles is totally ambiguous. Like when she's in an awesome mood, when she's super happy, she's going to bestow all of her grace upon you, and that would be a sign that you're going to find true love. But we do not know the mood of the Queen of Pentacles right now without more information, which we'll shortly find. Because if she's in a bad mood, you're fucking screwed. True love, nothing's going to happen. So let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. Let's go to the next card. All right, so we're gonna go and find out what this Queen of Pentacles combined with the 7 of Pentacles. You know, you got these two together. It must be pretty important that you have the two of the same suit together. A 1 of Pentacles, which would be like the 1 of Diamonds, the 1 of Hearts, the 1 of fucking whatever. You got the 7 of Pentacles. So we're gonna find out. We're gonna do the next card. Let's find out what the next card is. Woohoo! Man, so far we have had cards from what they call the minor arcana, which are there to support, which are just like your diamonds, your spades, your clubs, and your hearts. But these other cards are so more important. They're called the major arcana, and we just got one of them, and it's called Judgment. Judgment. You got this dude, I think it's actually Gabriel, blowing a horn, and you got these little fucking critters coming out of graves. And you got these other people, so Judgment is coming down. You got this thing that reminds me of Switzerland, but you know, it's way way before Switzerland even existed. So anyway, Judgment means that a certain amount of self-awareness is going to happen. There's another card called Death. Death, if we get the card Death, it has to do with a major. All right. Well, I made a small mistake after some consideration that the next card is supposed to come here. It's the 4th card of the Celtic cross, Celtic. I apologize. Whew. I don't mean to offend anyone. I'm sorry if I did. Anyway, so we got the 4th position, which has to do. It refers to your distant past, and the Queen of Pentacles. This actually had to do. I forgot to tell you the Queen of Pentacles. The 3rd position has to do with what your goal, your destiny is. And I didn't really impart a huge sense of what your destiny was because it was so ambiguous. We needed more information, so I sort of skipped over it. But I do believe that with this next card after it, I can go back and say that the Queen of Pentacles, who is a little bit ambivalent as far as a positive or negative thing, is... well, I want to say it's positive or negative, but it did shed a little light onto me what the goal and destiny of the gin and tonic is. The goal and destiny of the gin and tonic, I mean, it wants to know if it's going to find true love, but its goal, it may be at counter odds to what its goal or destiny is. The fact that it wants to find true love, but its goal or destiny is to get people drunk, to get people fucked up, to provide a certain amount of social lubrication. In a way, that may be a little bit of true love, because what happens is that the goal or destiny of the gin and tonic is to get people drunk, and then you get people a little drunk, and then, you know, the humans, they start rubbing their bodies against each other, and then they might mistake rubbing their bodies against each other as true love. And in a way, in a certain sort of like transference, they use some psychobabble, that maybe that the gin and tonic is finding true love by opening up people's doors to perception to allow themselves to find their true love. So there's people out there drinking gin and tonics, and they get together and they find out that each other's are their true loves, and inherently, maybe the gin and tonic has found true love in that manner. Anyway, we're going to find out. We're going to find out if this really pans out, because we got a lot more cards to go through. So anyway, we got the fourth position is the near future, the distant past. I'm sorry, not the near future, distant past. The distant past of the gin and tonic is, it used to be a tree growing in the ground and soaking up the power of the universe, i.e. the tree was the gin and tonic came from juniper trees. Juniper trees are growing in the land, they are rooted with the earth, and for the sake of mankind, for the progress of man, that tree, well, those berries were ripped off that tree to help create gin, so that as man could drink a gin and tonic. And so anyway, the gin and tonic used to be a tree. Now it's in some kind of what do you call that? What do you call it? Where you make alcohol? Distillery. Some kind of distillery, some sort of plant where they make gin out of juniper trees. So even before this past life, which is pretty important in these psychobabble times, past life, gin and tonic used to be some juniper trees. Anyway, they take the juniper, the little berries off the juniper tree, they make some gin. So they bring and then they make the gin, and then you know, while it's at the little distillery or the production plant, it meets a whole bunch of new friends, some different herbs and different chemicals, maybe some heat supplied to it, and then it gets all bottled up, and then it gets all friendly with a glass, and then all of a sudden it's shipped to a liquor store, and it's uprooted for a second time. This fucker's had a hard life. First it was a tree enjoying sunshine from God. Mankind, in its efforts to build as many fucking condos as it can, has uprooted this juniper tree, turned it into gin, and now this poor gin is in a liquor store meeting new friends. It's waiting to see who is going to pick me. Is it that person? Is it this person? So it's in a liquor store waiting. Yet another life. And then someone picks it up. I picked up some gin. So this gin has experienced at least 3 lives, as far as I know, because I'm not in touch with my inner deep roots. Anyway, this gin is now it's in its 3rd life, and I was explaining what its distant past was. The next card that we want to share to find out what this judgment with this ambiguous Queen of Pentacles and the Judgment card, Gabriel and all these naked people coming out of graves awaiting judgment, you know, positive or negative. So the next thing that we have is the near future. Oh, it's one of my favorite cards. It's the first card in the major arcana, the main body. It's 0 through, there's 21, 22 cards, and it's the Fool. He was going on it represents we are on the very, very near future of the gin and tonic. And so what it refers to, the very near past, the very, very recent. So the gin and tonic has just embarked on a journey. It could be the journey from what used to be a juniper tree, and mankind chopped those berries out of there, or it could be referring to the journey that as the gin was in a bottle, that I went and bought it at the liquor store. It could be that, but it's on a journey. It's inexperienced, and it is relying on the gods and the universe to guide it, because no harm is going to come to it, because it is so innocent. It's like, well, pure, I guess. So anyway, we've had, it's very odd that my gin and tonic here has gone through this ambiguous Queen of Pentacles, and then now we have this Judgment thing, and then we have the Fool. So it's going a little bit backwards. So we're going to find out. This is the recent. Oh man, I've been going backwards. Oh. Okay. All right. I'll just make it up as I go along.
Maybe you could use the guidance of the tarot yourself.
Is it my 6-week online degree?
12 weeks.
Oh, my 12 week. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Don't sell yourself short.
And I got different information. Some people say that this card goes first on the Celtic cross thing, and that's another thing. The Celtic cross, I understand what a Celtic cross is. It's like a circle and then that's like a Celtic cross, right?
Sure.
So, anyway, my opinion of what a Celtic cross is like a positive and then a negative, or a slash and then a circle around it, a Celtic cross. And but they have this diagram, this thing, one more card, and then it's kind of like a Celtic cross. And then they have you put 1, 2, 3, 4 more cards here. And I think that fucks it up. Why are these 4 cards here? I think it's a bullshit that they call it Celtic cross, because it's like designerly wise, it's bullshit. Celtic cross, this is the Celtic cross, but they call the Celtic cross reading. They call it this design, which I'm about to finish with 1 more card, and then 4 more cards here. Anyway, I think it's bullshit. I think it's total bullshit. So anyway, this last card here has to do with this last card here that I'm about to put into the Celtic cross reading has to do with the very, very near future, what may be happening. So we're getting closer to the answer. The gin and tonic will or will not find true love. Oh man, it is not good. This card here is the 5 of Wands, or the 5 of Staffs, or the 5 of Rods. There's so much gray area. Like, why can't it just be called one thing? It's different sections. In my research, some people refer to it as Wands, some refer to it as Rods, and some refer to it as Staffs. But anyway, the 5 of Wands, and well, upside down too, that's especially fucked up. Anyway, normally what it means is that you got this dude in the middle of all these other dudes, and I don't know, maybe some of them are female, or maybe they're androgynous, I don't fucking know. But anyway, things are super unsettled. The future is totally unclear. It's not unclear, it's more negative than positive. There's strife, communication, everything is fucked up. It's basically, we got a few more cards to go through, but so far we got a fucked up scenario. Love is hard work. Like, you cannot be in a relationship and it's just not all blah 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 blah. It's hard work. You gotta get your shit. You gotta work your fucking shit. You gotta work your ass off. Is what I'm trying to say. In a relationship, you gotta work really hard. So this dude's worked super hard. We've got the Queen of Pentacles in this position for talking about what your goal or destiny is, and may be, and we already ascertained that the goal or destiny of a gin and tonic is to get people fucked up, or not to get fucked up, but just to get people drunk. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so crass. So anyway, so we have to ascertain whether within the reason why this gin and tonic is here on this planet is to give a narcotic feeling of warmth and well-being to people. So what we have to figure out, so the rest of these cards, and the next one I'm going to put over here, is that within the context of why the gin and tonic is here on this planet, to provide a sense of warm, narcotic sense of well-being on the planet by sharing itself with others, if it can find true love while it's being true to itself. That's the fucked up part. If you can find true love while being true to yourself and not be false or fake or a bunch of bullshit. So anyway, we got 4 more cards. We got 4 more cards to complete the Celtic cross. The near future, the near future. Trouble. The 5 of Wands, Rods, got a lot of trouble there. So we're gonna go. Oh, another one of those. Oh man, we got this dude over here. Fucking struggling. We had a little bit of hope here, a lot of hard work, and we had an ambiguous message from the Queen of Pentacles, and we had an ambiguous message, 2 people getting together, a little bit more positive, not actually ambiguous. Have you ever heard of a relationship that worked with 3 people, except for people who are into polyamorous, or I don't know, multiple relationships? People in Utah, what do they call those people? Mormons?
Mormons.
Yeah, anyway, usually 3 people don't work for a relationship, for a real relationship anyway, but it seemed pretty positive. And this seemed really positive. A guy working super hard, kind of ambiguous. We got some judgment here, some mild judgment, not a harsh judgment, but we got this over here. 5 of Wands, totally tough scenario. Things are fucked up. Business, losing money, relationships going fucking sour. Maybe your wife or your husband's cheating on you, or somebody who's close to you is lying to you. I know, so that's really problematic there. I'm not feeling good for my gin and tonic. All it has to know is that See, like, it's all a bunch of bullshit. All this gin and tonic has to know is that it doesn't really matter what these cards say. I love this gin and tonic. I love it until I die. We got the upside down Seven of Swords. This area refers to the position of the querent, and right now, this is signifying the current position of the querent is fucked up. He's struggling. He's trying to fight for victory, but he's fucked up. It's not looking good. Even though I am enjoying this gin and tonic does not know how much I love it yet. Hopefully, it may find out in the future. I don't know if that's going to happen. Oh man! Card number. This next card is the environment surrounding what is going on with the querent. The querent being the gin and tonic. So right here we got the Eight of Swords, which tells me that I did not shuffle my deck enough. But we got the Seven of Swords, which is a fucked up card. We got the Eight of Swords, another fucked up card. This person, but it's upside down. I don't know. I might come back to it, but it's screwed up. This person is tied up in bondage. They're blindfolded, and so it's pretty much screwed up. It is not. So far, the querent, the gin and tonic, does not know how much I love it. I love my gin and tonic so bad. I don't know if I'm willing to die for it, but I'm willing to sacrifice a lot of my life to keep on enjoying this. So anyway, let's move on to the next card. This is card number 9. Oh, another fucked up card. Oh man, this is bad news, man. Now, see, you're gonna have to. Can you see that? Okay. What we got here is we got a heart. It's a heart. This is the Three of Swords. It's another, and it's upside down. We got 3 upside down cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got these 3 cards upside down. It's a bad. This. We might have to do another reading because this is going to be fun. So far, I don't want to. I mean, gin and tonic is one of my closest friends. It's the thing that I feel closest to, who I'm the warmest with, who I share all of my fears and my desires and my anxiety with. This gin and tonic does not deserve the reading that these cards are telling me. In all the books, my 12-week course said that this is another fucked up thing. They say if it seems that you're coming to a reading or a conclusion that is wrong, like you feel like it's wrong, as a diviner, because I'm giving a divination. I am referred to as a diviner. So anyway, as a diviner, I'm saying this is fucked up. I mean, I love my gin and tonic, and I don't want to give it bad news, but it's not good. We got the Seven of Swords, we got the Eight of Swords, and then we got the Three of Swords. I mean, this is a fucked up card. This is not a good card. Hearts going to a heart. Woo! So we're trying to find out if this gin and tonic is going to find true love. That's what this whole thing's about. So we got our final card, 10th card, which is the card that gives us the whole conclusion. Woo! Man, first we got the goddamn we got these 3 upside down cards. Negative, 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 and then we got the death card, the final card that gives you the ultimate, it just says what all these other fucking cards are about. But it's not only about this card. It has to do with all the cards relate to each other, like the neurons in your brain firing. So it's not just this one card. But we got these 3 negative motherfuckers: the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Three of Swords. This is fucked up. Who wants their heart stabbed by 3 swords? That's fucked up. Anyway, the final card is death. Most people would think that this is a negative thing, but death is not negative. It's just that America is so fucked up that they're afraid of losing all their possessions. They're afraid of dying. It's like death is not necessarily a negative thing whatsoever. You can tell humans are fucked up by looking at advertisement for a condo. So gin and tonic, is it going to find true love or not? 1 minute. Oh God, is it going to find true love or not? I will tell you, the gin and tonic is going to go beyond true love. It's going to go beyond true love because the gin and tonic is going to become one with me. I am drinking the gin and tonic. The gin and tonic is going to come inside me and become one with me. There is no, we are going we are going so far beyond love. It's not a one night stand. It's like a forever fucking stand. We are going to be together forever because I have taken this gin and tonic and I have brought it into my body. And by me, I just mean anyone who might drink a gin and tonic, but I happen to be drinking this particular gin and tonic. But this gin and tonic, anyone who drinks it, they have gone way beyond love. They have it was like in my past, I used to drink I used to drink and eat the blood and body of Jesus Christ. But right now, my sacrament is that I drink the gin and tonic. Screw the blood of Christ, screw the body of Christ. I drink a gin and tonic. That is my sacrament. And I think that this death card is all about transformation. And the gin and tonic has transformed itself from being some sort of alcohol. It has gone into my body and become love. It has found, this gin and tonic, it's not even going to find love, it has found true love inside of me. Because we are now closer than any two humans